Hi everyone, it's me. Welcome to today's video. It is time to pick our, I always forget what month we're in when I film these types of videos, our November TBR. It's time to pick our November TBR. As usual, we're gonna pick 5 books in today's video off my TBR cart to prioritize reading in the next month. And I think we're gonna have some fun picking the books this month because as you can see, we're a little bit like overflowing. There's negative space on my TBR cart, so we have a lot to choose from, which is very, very, very exciting. As usual, I have my TBR prompt jar here to help us choose our TBR in a fun way. So without further ado, let's just choose our first book. This is always literally like, I don't know, one of the most exciting times of the month. I swear, like choosing what you're gonna read for the next month. Let's see what the first one's gonna be. Okay. Interesting. A book you've been avoiding. We're starting off on an interesting note. Okay, a book that I have been avoiding. So definitely not a new book that I've recently received. I mean, there's like a lot of books that I have had for a while, but I haven't necessarily been avoiding them. You know what? I'm gonna do? I'm gonna do this. Usually for prompts, I pick like a couple books for each prompt and then just like decide between them. But I think there's really only one here that really truly fits this prompt. And that has to be Anna Karenina, a Leo Tolstoy classic. I don't have the best track record with classics so far, but I really do wanna get more into them and I wanna find classics that I really love. So what I did, like, around a year ago, like so long ago, I bought a bunch of classics. Like I have this one, I have Little Women, I have The Great Gatsby, and I thought those were good classics to like get me into classics because they're stories that I already know and I already love. Like I've watched movie adaptations, for example, of these stories, and so I feel like I have a better chance of liking the book if I like already love the story. You know what I mean? I just have to like start vibing with the writing style. So I did purchase these 3 books a year ago and then I never got to them. And there was always an excuse. It was always like, maybe next month. And then like the summer came and then I was like, well, I don't know. I feel like classics are supposed to be read in the fall and winter, so I can't read them this season. But it is technically fall now and we are going to start getting into winter. So I think it's time for me to get these classics off of my TBR and finally read them this month. And I'm picking Anna Karenina specifically because the other ones, I'll just show you all of them. First of all, Great Gatsby. Love the story. Look how approachable it is in length, like tiny. Then we also have Little Women, another story that I truly love. Also very approachable size. And then we have this. This I think is like, it is 800 pages long. It is an 800-page long classic. Is this the only book I'm gonna read this month? I've been putting this one off more in particular because of the daunting length. And so this is going to be my pick for book I've been avoiding. I may regret that later, but you know what? I think I'm gonna love it. I hope I do love it. I just need to like get into that sort of a writing style because I love the stories, love them, but we'll see. Good luck to me. I love that the first book I picked for November was an 800-page long classic. We love that for us. What's next? Please give me something easier to consume. Please scroll on Instagram or TikTok. Okay, so this is an interesting one. So basically, where's my phone? I have to get my phone. I'm gonna scroll on some sort of an app and I guess whatever book pops up first that I have on my TBR, that's the book I'll read. Okay, I just searched book. Let's see what comes up. Okay, this is like a book list. Okay, Flawless Elsie Silver. I don't have that. Binding 13. Don't have that either. One Dark Window. Already read it. Loved it. What is this? I don't have that book. Is this gonna take a while? Oh, Part of Your World. Yes, I have read that already. Magnolia Parks. I don't have that. I don't have that. I have read the first book as well, but I haven't read, what is it, the second one? Daisy Hates? Addicted to You. No. The Summer of Broken Rules. No, I don't have that one. What the heck? Dance of Thieves. No. Sarah J. Maas. I've obviously read. Okay, that entire list was not applicable, so we'll keep going. I wonder how long this will take. Okay, this is a huge stack. Okay. Powerless. No, I've already read it. I don't have that book. I don't have that book. I've already read that. I don't have that book. Already read. No, I don't have that book. Already read. Already read. Don't have. No, don't have. Don't have. Already read. Already read. That was in my October TBR, actually. No, don't have. Already read. Next, we have a book haul. Are we gonna see the books? No, she didn't show the individual books. Okay, Secret History, already read. Already read. Already read. No. Already read. Already read. Maybe I've just read a lot of books already. Should I search something like more specific? Like I have a lot of fantasy on my shelf, so should I search like fantasy book? Or is that cheating? I don't know. I've read all of these. I've read a lot of books, I feel like. Is my algorithm just like not working right now? What is going on? I've already seen that TikTok. Okay, you know what? TikTok was not doing it for me. I could not find one, so let's try Instagram. Okay, Goodreads. Goodreads members' top books of the past 5 years. Okay, we have to find something here, right? Twisted Games. No, I don't have any of those. Okay, I have another Frederick Bachman, but I don't have Anxious People. I've already read so many of these. The Inheritance Games. Okay, but I've read the Inheritance Games, but I have the next books on my shelf. Does that count? I feel like it doesn't. I want it to. Okay. The guest list. Oh my gosh. Okay, The Guest List by Lucy Foley. Oh my gosh, that took so long. So on this Goodreads post, The Guest List by Lucy Foley is apparently the 8th top book of the past 5 years. I don't know what this list is like created from, like what the criteria is, but anyways, we finally matched a book on social media to one on my cart. I didn't think it would take that long because I feel like I generally get a lot of my recommendations from social media, so I don't know what went on there. I feel the algorithm just wasn't on our side today, but okay. Lucy Foley, The Guest List. This is a book that I am really curious to read because I read The Paris Apartment by Lucy Foley and I wasn't like the biggest fan of it, to be honest, but the concept of this book sounds so interesting to me. We have like 5 characters who are at like a remote wedding on a very remote island. They all have a secret, but one of them is a murderer. Maybe like someone gets murdered at the wedding and then they have to like figure out who amongst them did it. So, okay. Thank you, Goodreads Instagram, for picking this book for me. Let's pick the next one. I want a green one. Let's choose this one. Historical fiction. Let's see what we have. Historical fiction. I'm having a really hard time with the prompts this month for some reason. So I feel like I usually have a lot of historical fiction on my shelf, but for some reason I can't like, my brain's not working. I'm looking at my books and I'm like, I don't know which one of these is historical fiction or not. Like, I think I'm glitching. I did find these 2 that are definitely historical fiction. So the first one is Devil is Fine by John Vircher. This takes place in America. I think we follow some characters who live on a plantation. And so of course there's a lot of issues with slavery and all of that racism and everything. And I've had this for a while and I really do want to read it. So this is definitely a good option. The other option is Circe by Madeline Miller. I don't think you can get more historical fiction than this, to be honest. This, similar to A Song of Achilles, is a retelling of a myth, and so we can't get more historical than this. Out of these 2, I think I'm gonna pick Circe because this like really fits the bill for historical fiction, and I really did love A Song of Achilles, so I've been really curious to read this one and to see if I like it as much as I did A Song of Achilles. This is gonna be my 3rd book. November is shaping up to be quite a serious month of reading. Please, TBR JAR, give me some like light prompts, okay? Like, give me something fun, fluffy, and light that I don't have to think about because we are heading down a very serious path. for this next month. Oh, I wonder. The prompt is highest rated. So we're gonna open Goodreads and we're gonna see out of my TBR which one of these books is the highest rated. The highest rated book is actually The Sword of Kaigen by M.L. Wang. This has a 4.47. This is definitely not a light read, so we're in for it this month. We are working hard. This is a 630 page fantasy. I've heard it's really, really good, so I am so excited to get into this. I also am pretty sure this is a standalone, which is great. This is actually kind of perfect, except for the fact that it's also so long and we have so many other long, serious books to read this month already. I don't even know what this one really is about, and I'm looking at the synopsis and I kind of don't even want to read it. I just know it's a fantasy. I think it's probably like very political, war heavy. I have no idea what the magic system is like, but it's on my November TBR now. I don't know what is going on today, guys. I feel like the past 2 TBR jar videos I did were like pretty easy, and we picked books that like, I don't know, flowed or made sense together, but yeah, it's gonna be a heavy month. But we'll see what our last book is. I'm gonna pick a pink prompt because in my mind, pink is like friendly, but who knows? I don't even know what I wrote down on these. Includes music. That's an interesting prompt. Includes music, so something with a musical theme. Oh, I think I have the perfect book for this. I think I have the perfect book. Okay, so I read A River Enchanted by Rebecca Ross in September, and I've been waiting to read the sequel, but it's been on my shelf and I just haven't gotten to it. A Fire Endless. This definitely has music in it because our main character Jack is a bard, so he plays the harp, and in this world music is like magical. It's a way to like summon the spirits, and there's definitely a lot of emphasis on the magic. That's like a big part of the main character's personality in A River Enchanted, and so I think that theme will probably continue onto A Fire Endless, and I think that's gonna be perfect because we have something like very directly music related. That's gonna be the 5th book, and that's another like, this book isn't like so serious, but it's not like light and fluffy, you know? It's kind of another serious book. I feel like I wanna pick another one to have like some sort of a light read in there. Okay, you know what? I might regret this, but we're gonna pick a 6th book. I don't know if this is a good idea. Set in the woods. This looks very woodsy. Howl's Moving Castle isn't in the woods, but it's kind of like in hills, so it's kind of in nature. I don't know, I feel like that doesn't really count as woodsy. Okay. I don't know why we're choosing a 6th book, but I have 3 options, which are, I think, kind of woodsy books. So the first one is The Wild Huntress. This is a fantasy about like a big hunt, I think is like the main event. It's called The Wild Hunt, and it takes place in a world called the Drowned Woods. We're definitely very like foresty, woodsy. You can also tell by the cover that it's very like woodsy themed. So this is an option, but it's also something that's kind of like a more serious book, I feel like. So I don't know what I'm doing here. The second is Sorcery and Small Magics by Mega Ducey. This is, I don't know, it sounds like kind of a queer, cozy, maybe like an Emily Wilde style book. I'm not sure, but in the synopsis here, it says that our 2 main characters, I'm guessing, Leo and Grim, enter the Unquiet Wood, a forest infested with murderous monsters and dangerous outlaws alike. There's something about a curse, but I think this is written in kind of like a more cozy fantasy style. And then the third one, I don't know how woodsy this one really is, but Belladonna by Adeline Grace is a series that I've wanted to get into. I already own all 3 books, and I don't know how woodsy it is, but the estate of like the main family, I guess, is called Thorn Grove, and to me that sounds very woodsy. I feel like there's gonna be lots of reference to the woods, to the nature, and all of that, so I feel like this is kind of maybe a woodsy book. So out of these 3, I think, here's my logic, okay? I'm reading an 800-page classic, which is going to require brain power, and out of these 3 books, I feel like Belladonna will require the least brain power. Just because like it seems like a generic romantasy that probably doesn't have like too deep of a world to get into and is just kind of easy, follows some sort of a blueprint, is sort of just one of those more like comforting, addictive type reads. If you're getting my logic, I don't know if that makes sense, but I think I'm gonna go with Belladonna. Also because I have all 3 books in this series and I want to read them. So that's gonna be the 6th book. Why did I choose 6 books? I still don't know. So this was a very chaotic TBR video. They usually go a lot smoother than this. I don't know. I feel like something about today went really strange. From the very first prompt, we were just kind of like, something was weird today. But I think overall, we did get a good selection of books. Obviously, I am really excited to read all of these. I wouldn't have purchased them or acquired them otherwise. But I'm also slightly intimidated by this stack. I think we're gonna have fun though. I feel like this is quite a November vibe as well, so we have that going for us. And there we have it. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave me a like and a comment. If you don't know what to comment down below, let me know what is on your November TBR. If you like me, subscribe, do that bell thing, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!